Hey guys, I'm Mystery Man, and today I don't know. I felt like exploring a different version of Minecraft, the Bedrock edition, and the thing I'm mostly interested about in Bedrock edition is piston and observer block mechanics, because flying machines in Bedrock edition are quite interesting because you obviously don't have the block spitting functionality of like Java edition, right? So I'll kind of show you a brief example of what I mean. If I use an observer block, you can see that the slime block there doesn't spit the block. I've seen videos of how you can make pseudo T flip-flops though, so that's still a thing. But I was trying to think of some way you can work around this issue, and kind of the way I thought would be perhaps precise timings with pistons. So what you could do is you can power this observer, which sends a signal to this piston, which then powers this piston. But guess what happens? So when we move this machine forward, this observer will activate, and then this piston will extend, which gives this piston a slightly longer pulse for that matter. So it stays extended for a tiny bit more period of time, which essentially prevents this piston from messing up the flying machine's direction. So depending on which of these pistons, or depending on which piston you start up, you essentially can send the machine one way or the other. So I'll just demonstrate that. So there you go. The machine just keeps riding along until we reach this other obsidian block, right? This will take a little while, but yeah, as you can see, one of these pistons can obviously not mess up the other one because of this trick we used. And I'll show you that we can send it back. And as you can notice, I'm not using any funny slime, shifting nonsense. We just have a true, proper 2E flying machine. But I probably do understand that other people might have come up with this, and I just haven't seen the design before. And the reason why I say this is because, well, I don't play Bedrock Edition much, so I'm not invested in this technical community. So I don't know about that. Anyways, I wanted to show you this as well. There's also a vertical. Well, you can essentially just flip this up on its side, and bada boom, bada bing, you got a vertical design. Although the vertical design is quite strange because I think it's directional in which you build it. So yeah, I can't really demonstrate which direction I'm facing, but this is something you're gonna have to tinker around with yourself, because this machine is very finicky for some reason. Which makes me wonder if these are directional or not. But we're about to find out today after I show you what you can also do with these. So the nice thing about these machines is you actually can add 5 blocks more to each of these sides. And I'll demonstrate what you can technically do with those 5 blocks, which I thought was pretty neat. So we're gonna take that might be a little too wide, isn't it? Let's have a look there. Maybe I should move it in a block closer. Like that. That would even be nicer. Essentially, you can add extensions, and I was like, hey, with this machine and extension adding, it might be possible to get maybe a proper Korean Bedrock edition. Unless someone has already done it already, which I say props to them. But this is kind of an exploratory thing for me, so I'm quite interested. Let's go ahead and just put this together. So that side and side. Oh, I put a piston on that one, didn't I? Alright, let's fix that. There we go. And now we can add 12 blocks, so we can go 2, 3, and 12. So now you can make a very complicated extension piece on your machine, and hopefully I did it correctly. So let's push, and voila. Kind of reminds me of the old Slimestone from Java Edition before observer blocks. But I actually came up with some extension designs that I'll be showcasing in other videos that you could probably use for mining blocks. So stay tuned for that. But before I actually release a video on such a thing, I'm first gonna have you guys see my Java Edition any dimension quarry that I've been working on. And I hope you guys will actually like it when you see it, because I try to really make it as flat as I could, so if you were to build it in the nether, it wouldn't be such a big deal. Alright, so now we've kind of explored how useful this is. Kind of, you can make little sugarcane farms and whatever. Yeah, so let's actually build these machines, huh? I'm gonna build it in the direction that I'm least confident with to see if it is directional, because I like to see if there's things like that in this here version of the game. Alright, so it's quite simple. You kind of do your basic flying machine setup and just put stickies where the piston heads face. And then you're going to need some obsidian. Couldn't stress enough, because observer blocks actually flash in Bedrock Edition. I didn't know that until today. So, yeah, there you have it. We'll just face these pistons that way and that way, because of the previous things I tried to discuss. I apologize, I'm a bit tired. I'm trying to change my sleep cycle. Okay, so this should work. But, yeah, we'll see if it's also directional. If it is, then we know. But this should, in theory, just keep running because of the way we're updating the pistons down there. So, I mean, it looks like she's running fine. Alright, we'll stop it, hopefully. Run it the other way. Yeah. You know, I'd say that's a functional two-way flying machine, and a proper one at that, for sure. I mean, there's other cool two-way flying machines that are smaller, but they only serve certain purposes because of the way they're configured. But this one's just like one complete machine in itself, so I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, so let's try to build a vertical one. I think this is the one that has most of the issues. Maybe you guys know a lot more than me about that, so comment below if you know anything about how these pistons work, because I know that there's no like update order for sure. That's kind of out the window. Which is kind of funny. But like, some other cool stuff that I would have to explore. Alright, so yeah, just do the same thing, but you do it vertically. I can't really explain it any more better than that. Piston there, and guess what? We already know what's gonna happen. Just gotta face that observer block correctly. Top one, and then, or that was the bottom one, now this is the top one. Alright, let's wish this flying machine luck. Good luck, flying machine. Will you fly? Yeah. And now. Oh, there you go. So you see how it's kind of bugging out there? I feel like this is either directional or it's locational. And I'm about to show you why I think that's my theory as to why it bugs out like that. Yeah, vertical flying machines, man. This one has a little bit of work to do. So yeah, let me show you the working one though, again. So see, we face that one a different direction. So I think it might be directional. So if I ran this one, it will indeed run properly. So this actually might be a directional flying machine. If you see my coordinates, I'm moving up in the negative. And then if I back up, so now you know, if you know your coordinates, perhaps you know which direction I'm going then. So, just face this vertical flying machine in the negative Z direction, I guess, if you get your coordinates shown. Alright, so that's about it for me. Thanks for watching, and as I said before, stay tuned for some more videos.